Hello everybody, Caveman Math here. Today we're going to show you how to get a determinant from matrices. Now, I specifically don't know what determinants are actually used for, but according to the assignment that's given to us, I'm about to tell you. Alright, so in our case, determinants are useful in finding the inverse. Also, they help with solving integrals and all of that, but we're not going to get into that. In this lesson, we'll mainly focus on how these are used to find inverses in specific, because determinants are very useful at that. Alright, let's get right into it. So, how do you solve it for determinant? How do you find a determinant? So, with a determinant, you just multiply these crisscross and then put them in this formula, which is A, which is like your A answer, and then minus your B answer, basically. So here, let's start from A. So 9 times 6, 54, 54, and then times minus 0, because 1 times 0 is 0. So 54 minus 0 is 54. So you could say det f is 0. No, not 0, sorry, 54. Yeah, that's basically it. So let's do it with the next one. You have negative 5 times 9. You have negative 45. That's minus 14. So these two minuses cancel out, so it's positive. So positive and negative, so you just like 31. Negative 31. So you could say determinant determinant G is negative 31. Right, so I'm about to show you why this is important. This is pretty important. So in this case, let's try to find the determinant of this, because the 3-by matrices are pretty hard. So let me just show you a little quick tutorial. So for your A, right, you're going to get the first number of, so you're going to get you're focusing on this for your A, B, and C. This is your first letters. So A is 2. So let's just write our formula down. A, right, and then you have this portion, which is the, oh god, I kind of need it. Okay, so first your A is jumbled up with all of this stuff. It's jumbled up with all of this. All of these go into A, right? And then next with your B, it's going to be minus B, right? And then what happens is you're going to have all of this, right? But you're going to bring, and then it's going to be all of this. It's going to be this, and then this combined. So it's going to be like, negative 1, 0, 8, and 1. Alright, now let's go to C. So plus C, which is this. It's going to be, you're going to bring it over here, and it's just going to be all of that. That's your C. That's basically what it is. So your B is this, and your C is this. That's what it is. So let's put that into context. We have an A, which is A2, and now we have our A part, which is 6, 8, negative 2, and 1. And then you have a negative B, which is going to be negative 3. It's positive 3, I suppose. But now we have negative 1, 0, 8, and 1. So just think of the middle one as like literally like just a sample of both. So middle of this is just going to be this side and this side. And then our C, which is the most extreme, is the one to the left. So plus C, which is 4. Our next one, so it's going to be this entire side. It's going to be, oh, what the hell? It's going to be negative 1, 0, 6, negative 2. Now all of that, you're going to have to solve it. So what are you only going to do with this? Basically, you have to find the determinant of each of these now. I know it's kind of annoying, but it's got to be done. So let's get started. So 2, and then you have 6 minus 16. So now basically the same thing we did up here, now you have to do with this, and then you have to multiply the one that's outside to it. So now you have a positive this, right? So 16 plus 6, 6 plus 6, 12. You would say it's 22 times 2. Now that is 44. Right, now we have 44. Now let's go on to the next one. Here we have a 3. And now this 3 is going to be multiplied by, okay, so let's find this determinant first. -1 times -1, -1. And then 0 times 8, which is 0 minus 0. Alright, this is just minus 3. Minus 3. And then now you look at this thing. And now this thing tells us, okay, we have a positive 2, we have a negative 0, because 6 times 0 is 0. Now we have a 4 times that, which is just 8. Just to recap, we're multiplying these, so -1 and -2. That's going to be our A, so that's our first, so this is 2. And then our B, which is 6 times 0, which is 0. So A minus B in that portion, and then multiply it by this. There's always going to be a negative sign here when you're doing 3 by 3 matrices, so just keep that in mind. And now what you do is you subtract it, so 41 plus 8, again 49. So you could say determinant of K is 49. Alright, since this is already a 7-minute video, I'm going to go on to using these things in matrices. So the most basic example of this is the 2 by 2, and the way we find this is pretty simple. So it's like, oh god, okay, we'll find the determinant first. So determinant of K is, let's say, 9 minus 8, right, which is what? 1. So determinant of K is 1, right? But now, because we're finding the inverse, we have to inverse this. Again, our inverse is this. It's D A negative C negative B. So it's just the inverse of this. So this is A, B, C, D. That's just reversed. So, alright, let's write it down. So let's do, okay, K inverse equals to, now this is technically 1 over 1. And any other number, it would just be like for example, let's say your determinant is like 48, right? It would be 1 over 48. See, that's like an example. It would be 1 over whatever the determinant is. So in this case is 1 over 1, so 1 over 1 times the inverse of this, which would be 1, 9, -4, -2. And all you have to do is multiply this by this now. Since it's 1, it just stays the same. K and -1 equals 1, -4, -2, 9. I'm so glad you guys are learning this, and pause anyway in the middle of the video to practice these. So here, this one is going to be solved like this. You're going to find the determinant first, so determinant of F, which is going to be 2 times 5, which is 10. 10 minus what? 6. And what does that give us? That gives us 4. And now what we do with determinant of f4 is this. We have inverse of f, which is going to be 1 over 4 instead of 4, or 4 over 1. And now what we do is we multiply that by the inverse of f. So we have 5, 2, -6, -1. Now what we do is we just multiply this by that. So we have an inverse of -1 over, and then this is going to be 5 over 4. And this is going to be, if you simplify it by 2, let's say, you could do -3 over 2. And then for this one, it's just -1 over 4. For this one, it is 1 over 2. Yeah, 1 over 2. Alright, that's how you find the inverse. I hope this video was helpful to anybody wanting to use determinants to solve matrices. And I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.